the world runs on whispers of code. In silent server farms and invisible networks, a new kind of power exists, wielded not by armies, but by ghosts in the machine. These digital phantoms can be revolutionaries, criminals, or soldiers, moving through the architecture of our world, their fingers on the pulse of everything we've built. They can topple corporations, sway elections, and halt the machinery of nations, all with lines of code. This is the reality of the 21st century, a battleground where trust, security, and the fabric of society are at stake. They operate from the shadows, identities hidden behind digital camouflage and cryptic aliases. Some see themselves as activists, exposing secrets and holding the powerful accountable. Others are driven by greed, stealing fortunes and identities. State-sponsored actors blur the lines between espionage and warfare, targeting critical infrastructure with malware. Each major cyber attack is a harsh lesson, forcing us to reevaluate our relationship with technology. What began as pranks has become a multi-billion-dollar criminal industry and a tool of international statecraft. These stories show how a few clever lines of code can change history and leave us grappling with the consequences. In 1988, the internet was a small, trusted community of academics and scientists. That trust was shattered when Robert Tappan Morris, a Cornell grad student, unleashed a program meant to measure the network's size. A critical coding error turned it into a self-replicating worm, spreading uncontrollably and consuming computers' processing power. Machines slowed to a crawl. The internet was crashing. Scientists at Purdue and Berkeley raced to analyze the code and stop the spread, communicating over crippled networks. For the first time, the digital world faced a widespread self-propagating attack. The Morris worm exposed the internet's profound vulnerability and ended its age of innocence. It led to the creation of the first Computer Emergency Response Team, CERT, and new laws to prosecute cybercrime. Morris became the first person convicted under the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. The incident proved a single individual could cause chaos and millions in damages. The digital doors were unlocked, and everyone now knew it. The worm was a warning. The connected world we were building was fragile. It was a wake-up call for cybersecurity. The internet would never be the same. The era of digital threats had begun. By 2008, the internet was a global metropolis, home to the hacktivist collective Anonymous. When the Church of Scientology tried to scrub a leaked Tom Cruise video, Anonymous launched Project Chanology, a campaign of digital disruption and real-world protest. They organized DDoS attacks, flooded fax machines, and tied up phone lines, blending cyber attacks with psychological warfare. This was more than hacking. It was a leaderless uprising, uniting individuals online to challenge a powerful institution in the real world. The Guy Fawkes mask became a symbol of anonymous rebellion and digital insurgency. Project Chanology showed the internet could mobilize mass protest, blurring the line between online activism and real-world action. It was a template for future movements, from the Arab Spring to Occupy Wall Street. The campaign raised tough questions. Is hacktivism justified? Where's the line between protest and vandalism? It proved a swarm of faceless individuals could challenge powerful organizations. The masked uprising revealed a new form of power in the digital age. The world was watching and learning. Stuxnet, discovered in 2010, was a digital weapon of unprecedented sophistication. Its target, Iran's nuclear enrichment facility at Natanz. Stuxnet infiltrated air-gapped systems via infected USB drives, seeking out Siemens control software running the centrifuges. It secretly manipulated the machines, causing them to self-destruct while displaying normal operations to engineers. Nearly 1,000 centrifuges were destroyed, setting back Iran's nuclear program. Security experts believe only a nation-state could have created such complex malware, likely a US-Israeli operation. Stuxnet proved code could cause real-world destruction, opening a new era of cyber warfare. The weapon was out, the code was in the wild, available for others to study and repurpose. Critical infrastructure everywhere was now a potential target. Stuxnet forced the world to confront the reality of digital weapons. The arms race had moved to the digital domain. The question was no longer if, but when and where the next attack would strike. If you're fascinated by these stories, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more insights into the world of cyber warfare. In the 2016 US presidential election, hackers breached the Democratic National Committee and John Podesta's email. Their goal: steal sensitive information and leak it to influence the election. US intelligence identified the attackers as Russian agents, using simple phishing emails to gain access. Thousands of private emails and documents were exfiltrated and released via WikiLeaks, dominating news cycles and fueling controversy. The hack injected chaos and distrust into the election, shifting debate away from policy to scandal. This was information warfare, aimed at breaking trust in candidates, the process, and democracy itself. The event marked a turning point. Cyberattacks could now be tools of political interference on a global scale. The battlefield had expanded to the minds of voters. The DNC hack forced a national reckoning on cybersecurity and foreign influence. The most potent weapon wasn't a virus, but the strategic release of information. The political landscape was forever changed. Each landmark attack forced the world to take digital threats seriously. The Morris worm led to organized cybersecurity response and the rise of a multi-billion-dollar industry. Firewalls, antivirus, and intrusion detection became essential tools. The line between attacker and defender blurred as ethical hackers, white hats, used their skills to find vulnerabilities before criminals could. Former adversaries became allies, dissecting attacks like Stuxnet and the DNC hack to build stronger defenses. Governments created new laws and international agreements, but the borderless internet made enforcement difficult. The arms race continues. Every new defense spawns new attacks. Project Chanology taught organizations about DDoS threats. The DNC hack highlighted the dangers of phishing. Stuxnet forced critical infrastructure operators to rethink security from the ground up. The architects of our new defense are agile, creative, and always adapting. They're not just building higher walls, they're learning to think like their adversaries. The battle for digital security is never ending. The future depends on staying one step ahead. The next frontier is artificial intelligence, AI-powered cyber attacks that move faster than humans can respond. Imagine AI discovering new vulnerabilities and launching thousands of attacks in microseconds. Nations are racing to develop both offensive and defensive AI systems. An AI defense could neutralize threats in real time, but an offensive AI could map and attack entire infrastructures at once. This is cyber war at the speed of light, where the first shot might be the last. Experts warn of AI-powered malware as a weapon of mass destruction, raising questions about control and escalation. What happens when autonomous systems make mistakes or misinterpret commands? The stories of the Morris worm, Project Chanology, Stuxnet, and the DNC hack are just the beginning. As power shifts to autonomous systems, one question remains: who truly holds the keys to the kingdom? In this new world, the answer is more uncertain than ever.